The house had been silent for years. Too silent. Almost as if it had been waiting for her. Mara didn't want to return, not after everything that happened, but grief pulls people back to places they swore they'd never see again. And now she stood inside her late mother's bedroom, breathing in dust and memories she wasn't ready for. Something felt wrong the moment she stepped inside. Not the kind of wrong you can explain. The kind your body understands before your mind does. She didn't know yet that somewhere in that room, hidden behind a cracked wooden panel, was a letter that had waited 2 whole decades to be found. A letter that would burn down everything she thought she knew about her family. But we'll come back to that. Because before she found it, something else happened. Mara noticed the photograph on the dresser. Old. Faded. Her mother. A man she didn't recognize. Both smiling like they shared a secret. Her father was not in that picture. She tried to ignore the tight pull in her chest. Maybe it was nothing. Maybe the man was just a friend, though her mother never had many friends. But then she saw it. The edge of the photo bent inward, like someone had ripped something off. Half a picture, half a truth. She turned away, and that's when she felt it. A cold draft, coming from the wall. She moved closer. The wallpaper, once floral and soft, had peeled back at the corner. And behind it wood. Not a wall. A panel. And behind the panel, well, we're not there yet. Before she touched it, her phone buzzed. Her brother. Don't go digging into anything. Just pack her things and leave. Odd message. Too specific. Almost like he knew what she might find. She ignored him. The panel came loose with a soft groan, like it hadn't been touched since the day it was nailed shut. Behind it, a small hollow space. And inside, an envelope. Yellowed. Fragile. Addressed in her mother's handwriting. To Mara. But dated 20 years ago. Her pulse hammered. Why would her mother write her a letter when she was only 3 years old? And why hide it? She slid the envelope open. A single sheet of paper. A confession written in a shaking, desperate hand. Mara, my love, if you are reading this, it means everything I hoped to stop has finally caught up with us. She froze. Caught up? With who? With what? The letter continued. There is something your father can never know. Something I did before you were born. Something cold washed through her. Her mother rarely spoke about the past. She treated history like a locked room. I made a promise to someone. A man I once loved. A promise I broke. And I fear he will come for you because of it. Mara blinked hard. What man? The man in the photograph? She read on. I hid the truth to protect you. But secrets rot in the dark. And someday, when the truth finds you, forgive me. It ended there. No explanation. No details. No name. Just fear. And regret. Mara stared at the page, her chest tightening. If her mother feared someone would come for her, why hadn't anything happened in 20 years? Unless something had. And Mara never realized it. She remembered something strange from childhood. A memory she always assumed was a dream. Waking up in the middle of the night. A shadow standing at her window. A man whispering her name. And then nothing. A hand on her shoulder jolted her back to the present. It was her neighbor, Mrs. Decker, a woman who had lived next door for 30 years and somehow managed to know every secret on the street. I heard you were back, the woman said softly. I thought you should know. Your mother wasn't who you think she was. Mara's breath stalled. Mrs. Decker hesitated, then added, the man in that photo. He came here every year. On the same date. Always at night. Always standing by your bedroom window. The memory hit her like a blow. And, the woman whispered, your mother begged me never to tell anyone. Especially your father. Open loop number 2 snapped open wider. Why the window? Why the yearly visits? Why her? Mara rushed back into the room, searching the dresser, the drawers, anything that might explain this man's connection to her. And then, buried beneath scarves and old receipts, she found another photograph. A child. A baby. In the arms of the same mysterious man. On the back. Mara. 2 weeks old. Her heart nearly stopped. He held her. He knew her. He wasn't a stranger. She grabbed the letter again, rereading every stroke of ink, hoping for a clue she missed. But the meaning was there all along. Her mother hadn't been afraid that someone would come for Mara. She was afraid he would come back. Suddenly the door slammed downstairs. Heavy footsteps. Measured. Familiar. Her brother's voice echoed through the hallway. Mara? What did you find? There was something in his tone. Not concern. Warning. She shoved the letter into her pocket as he stepped inside. His eyes scanned the open panel, the torn wallpaper, the dusty envelope in her hand. He swallowed. You shouldn't have opened that. She looked him dead in the eye. Why not? He exhaled a long, tired breath. Because Mom didn't hide that letter from you. He paused. She hid it from Dad. The floor seemed to tilt beneath her. Dad? Her voice barely formed the word. Her brother nodded. That man in the photo? He wasn't some stranger. He wasn't a threat. He was your mother's first love. And he wasn't just a visitor. He hesitated. He was your biological father. Her chest collapsed inward. And Mom didn't leave him. Her brother continued quietly. Dad found out about them. And he gave her a choice. Cut him off completely, or lose us. Silence thickened. But, he added, your mother kept writing him. Kept hoping he'd stay away for your safety. Because Dad wasn't the man you think he was. Mara stepped back. The memory of her father's temper. His sudden rages. His unexplained disappearances. He once told her, the past stays buried for a reason. Now she knew why. Her brother's voice broke slightly. He made Mom hide that letter. He threatened her. And when he found out she'd kept a copy, that was the night she fell. Mara's heart thudded. Her mother didn't fall. She slipped, according to the report. Or so they had been told. Her brother looked at her with eyes full of guilt. He didn't mean to, but he pushed her. I saw it happen. I was 14. I froze. And he told me if I ever told the truth, he'd finish what he started. Silence swallowed the room. Mara barely whispered. Where is he now? Her brother stared at the floor. He's on his way. Cold terror spread through her limbs. She grabbed the letter, her mother's last act of protection, and backed toward the door. She didn't know where she would go, but she knew one thing with absolute clarity. Her mother hadn't written that letter for a child. She wrote it for a woman standing on the edge of the same danger she faced. A truth meant to save her. Outside, a car engine rumbled. Slow, deliberate, too familiar. Her father had arrived, and the second he stepped inside that house, every buried secret would claw its way into daylight. Mara tightened her grip on the letter. History was no longer chasing her. It had arrived, and this time, she wouldn't run. She'd confront the man who shattered her family, and decide for herself which truth she'd let live. If you want more stories like this, dark, emotional, impossible to look away stories, make sure you follow the channel. There's another letter, another secret, another life waiting to unravel.